Welcome to Brewed in Monmouth, the real estate tea with Kate and Doreen. We're here to talk homes, hometown gems, and real conversations with the entrepreneurs and locals who keep Monmouth County buzzing. I'm Kate, and as always,
I'm Doreen. Each week, we're bringing you the voices behind the businesses, the stories behind the sales, and the tea you need to hear. So grab your favorite drink, and let's get into it.
welcome to another episode of Brewed in Monmouth, the real estate tea with Kate and Doreen. We are so happy to have Kristen Aland on, who's an OBGYN with Health Woman in, where is your practice?
We have multiple offices. The practice started over in Freehold, but we're now Freehold, Jackson, and Eatontown and Shrewsbury Avenue.
Nice.
Our Eatontown location is in that Hackensack Meridian building that is near or next door to the Amazon Fresh.
Got it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Where the old DSW was.
Well, we're so excited to have you.
Thank you.
Such a great, probably so much great things to talk about with the great hospitals we have and the healthcare that we have here in Monmouth County.
Honestly, I don't know how you do it, though, with your schedule.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's completely crazy. It's a busy, stressful job, but we make it work.
Yeah.
We all make it work. You have to.
How often do you work? Like, how many hours? And how many overnights? And you have two small children, too.
Yeah. So the way that our practice is structured right now, and we're within the Hackensack Meridian system, we're the largest OB group. So we have multiple OBs. We have 8 docs right now who are all in the hospital. Currently, we're at Jersey Shore, and as of February 1st, we're going to be at Riverview, which is very exciting.
Yes. Better commute for you.
Yeah, much better commute. I'm right in Fairhaven. But typically, the way our schedule goes is we'll all sort of rotate through. Every week is different, which keeps it fresh, keeps it interesting. I sometimes forget where I'm going, but it's always different. So 2 to 3 days in the office, and then usually one full 24-hour call at the hospital, and then the next day you have off. So I usually use that post-call day to show my face at school pickup, do groceries and
do you
that
sleep?
Kind of stuff. I sleep when I can. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
how hard was it to get used to that?
I think you get very used to it through training. So an OBGYN residency, which is 4 years, you start 24-hour call shifts from the get-go. So I think you just get used to doing a lot without a lot of sleep, and then you catch up on it when you can.
Every time that beautiful, precious blessing is like delivered,
and then
oh my God, it has
and then
to
you have a newborn, and even on maternity leave, I think there were weeks I slept less on maternity leave than I do when I'm working. So, yeah, it's just you get used to it.
Yeah, difficult, but so rewarding. What made you want to start your practice in Monmouth County?
So I was born in Jersey, so I am legit. And I grew up in Newtown, Pennsylvania. And then I met my husband when we were both in the city. I was in med school, and he was where we actually met in the basement of our apartment building in the city.
Funny doing laundry?
In the laundry
Throwing
room.
out the trash?
Yeah, no, in the laundry room. Exactly. My mom was like, oh, wow, he does his own laundry.
Yeah,
like,
nice.
Your father's never done his own laundry. So then I was in Ohio for my residency, but we knew we wanted to come back to the East Coast. The Jersey Shore was like a happy medium because he's in consulting, would still be in the city. Okay. Wanted to be close enough to family, but like a little, in our own place. And I found my practice and I loved this practice. Our practice is wonderful. We have excellent doctors. It's just really been home since I landed there. So I started in July of 2018, which is crazy that it's going on 8 years. And I'm really excited that now we're expanding from Jersey Shore to Riverview, because Jersey Shore has just been getting busier and busier and busier. Really, I feel like ever since everybody moved here during COVID. I actually asked for the numbers this morning. So in 2016, a decade ago, Jersey Shore was delivering about 2,000 babies a year. We're now, about a decade later, up to almost 5,000. It was 4,500 this past year. And most of that growth was from 2021 until now. It was like a couple extra 100 babies a year, and then COVID hit, and boom. So everybody's moving to Monmouth County, and people
Shows
are
you what the migration is and what the
having
age
babies.
of those migrating here are.
Yeah,
Wow.
so we are excited to now be starting to deliver at Riverview as well.
I had 2 daughters born at Riverview.
Yeah, it's a beautiful facility.
It really
A
is.
level
It
2
is.
NICU. A lot of our patient population is in this kind of more northern part of Monmouth County now, so it's a really convenient location for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. And they have a Dunkin'.
They do have a Dunkin'.
They do. Actually,
helpful.
I had both of my sons during COVID, and the nurses went down and got Dunkin' for it.
Yeah.
The nurses are like the unsung heroes too.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
100%. Yes. Yeah.
So what's your record? How many babies have you caught in one night?
And actually, this is relatively recently. I had a shift, I think it was back in November. I was up to 10
In one night?
in the 124-hour shift.
Oh my gosh.
So that's like a baby every few hours. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So
What
that's
month was that? Like, I wonder.
it was end of October into November. It
So
was
that's all the February.
Valentine's Day babies.
babies. Yeah, I know. So, and then actually December things kind of slowed down a little bit. Usually the winter's a little less busy, and then in May it all ramps up again.
Wow.
Yeah,
The cycle.
lots of babies right now that are due at the end of August.
Can you do
Yeah.
anything to
Exciting.
plan like your life, or do you have to wait for people to go into labor? Like castor oil?
Oh, I mean, there are so many like old wives' tales, and then we still tell our patients there are the red raspberry leaf teas and the figs and the dates and the curb walks and sitting on the exercise ball. I usually tell people don't do castor oil; it'll just
Make you throw up.
you'll just be in the bathroom. But no, I mean, the nice thing is now we have a really diverse patient population, and literally we have teenagers having babies, and we have women in their 40s having babies. Like, it is the full gamut. So we're able to stratify risk factors, and that'll be part of moving to Riverview as well. Some of our lower risk population will be delivering there as opposed to Jersey Shore, just because it is a trauma center, higher level NICU. But no, I mean, every pregnancy is different. So many people ask at the beginning of a pregnancy, like, so what's the delivery plan going to look like? I'm like, we'll talk about that in
A
Week
before.
38.
yeah, like as we get closer, because we're not there yet.
Do you know what she was talking about when she said the curb walk?
Mm-mm.
Because I didn't know that either.
I
My
think
niece
this is relatively new.
Yes.
It's 1 foot on the curb, 1 foot off the curb, and then you do one side, and I don't know, walk a half mile or so, and then turn around. And it's supposed to help, so your pelvis is a little bit off, and it's kind of supposed to help baby sort of naturally rotate and start to move down. And
Isn't that crazy?
Get
We didn't do that
contractions
either. But my
going.
niece just had a baby in
Yeah.
November, and she was doing that.
I can't tell you how many people have come in and they're like, I've been walking on the curb.
Does it work?
I think it does. In the winter, I do tell people, please don't slip on the ice.
Oh, yeah.
Please don't fall, because then that's a different scenario.
Yeah, so different.
But yeah, there's a lot of the, and I tell people most of the time, people have been having babies for thousands of years.
I know.
And a lot of the old wives' tales and the stuff that you hear, whether it's passed down or whether you see it on TikTok, a lot of it is legit. And I'm always happy to answer questions and let people know, like, yes, this is fine, or no, please don't do that.
Yeah.
But no, and honestly, for even our non-obstetric patients, some of the teenagers, the college stage kids, girls that I see, they'll come in and say, like, I think I have this. I saw it on TikTok. And I'll say, you are exactly right. And that is what is going on. And now I will explain it to you. But I mean, all social media is not bad.
No.
Yeah, there's some good info out there.
Well, I think that women or young girls are a little bit more open about talking about their bodies and whatnot, and they're kind of educating each other. Oh, wow, that happens to me too, and that's kind of normal or not normal. Maybe I should go look into that. So that's helpful too.
Yeah.
I think we've become a lot more open with whether you're a young teenager going through changes or you're going through, menopause or perimenopause or anything like that. I think women are just
Talking about it
talking
more.
about it more.
Yeah.
Is it true babies in your 40s are like a lot?
We have a lot of OB patients who are in their 40s. It is a higher risk pregnancy just at baseline, but a lot of our patients do great. But there's more monitoring involved and like all the appropriate precautions. And it's natural conception. Some of it is fertility treatments, but we do have a really large cohort that I would say is 35 to 40 and then 40 on up.
Which makes sense if you think about all the women who are so educated, right? They're not just college educated; they're usually post, grad educated. It takes them years to get to where they are in their jobs, in their careers, and they are naturally probably having children. I think they're marrying later and then naturally having children later.
Sometimes I feel like I'm not done, but I'm probably done. Joe, it's like, we're done.
I
I'll be 42. I'll be 41, so I'd be 42 if I got pregnant like right this second.
Yeah, our younger boys are similar. So my youngest is 3.5. Mm-hmm. And I think once you're out of diapers, I'm like, all right.
I hated having my third so much that I kind of wanted to redo. Like, he never slept. He was a nightmare. I still don't like him as much as the other children because of it. No.
That's fair.
He's very sweet now and like so awesome, but he really didn't sleep for a whole year. Like,
yeah.
I had 2 monster sleepers. Never had a problem. I used to look at people who had bad kids, like was sleeping. And like, you're such a bad parent. And then I had one, and it's no fun.
Yeah, no, and it's nothing. It's you get a bad sleeper, and you can do all the things. And
he still even today will be like, I don't know how to sweep. I don't want to sweep. I don't know how to sweep.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, you're not going to kill yourself.
Do you want to come over to my house because my kids are staying up until like 10 o'clock at night? But I'm also staying up to watch the Golden Globes until 11:30 at night. So yeah, we're not a house of incredible sleep hygiene, I'll say.
Structure is hard.
Yeah. The one trend I'm seeing, which I love, with both younger girls or teenagers, 20-somethings, and then also like moms bringing in their daughters. So the one thing with 20-somethings, much more like excited about and willing to bring up the topic of egg freezing and fertility planning. And a lot of employers have benefits for that. So anytime I get a 20-something who comes in and says, hey, I have questions about this. How does this work? I'd love to talk about it. And also with a lot of these girls, I say, go talk to your HR, your company, because you probably have benefits you don't even know about. So that's becoming a much more easy conversation to have with people.
Can you give us like a broad overview of what that is, what it does to the body, how they have to prepare for it?
So I love to tell people that it is a great wintertime activity, and I have friends who have done it who will agree, because typically you're taking about a month of your time. It is cutting out all of the things that we don't want in our bodies, like alcohol and unhealthy foods, and at the same time, you're not really allowed to exercise or do any high-intensity exercise because the hormones cause the ovaries to get a little bit enlarged, and we don't want high-intensity exercise to possibly like jostle the ovaries or twist them. Okay. So it's a month of just like not doing a whole lot, taking hormones, eating well, not really exercising, hibernating more or less. So I tell a lot of my patients, January, February, like you want to do dry January, do egg freezing January too, while you're at it. Yeah. So and that's what it is. And there are a lot of fertility groups in the area. RMA I refer to all the time. They're the largest group in New Jersey. They're in the city as well. We have girls who work in the city and might start there and then find it's easier to follow up here. So that's one thing that I love talking to some of my like 20-something patients about. And then also just moms bringing in teenage daughters. And I love to tell people, because everyone always wants to know, when do I have to bring my daughter into the OBGYN? The answer is there's no set age. As soon as I think daughters start asking questions that you might not have all the answers to, or just say, like, why don't we go see the OBGYN about this? Doesn't have to be a full exam. We can just talk. And sometimes a lot of teenagers just want to know, is this normal? Is this normal? Mm-hmm. And have somebody who is not their parent tell them, like, yeah, like, you're good. This is all fine. Or on the flip side, we now see a lot of teenagers and 20-somethings with PCOS and irregular periods, which also like rolls into metabolism issues. And we've been using GLP-1 medications to help with PCOS and things like that. So there's polycystic ovarian syndrome, which messes with periods, can to some extent make fertility a little bit more difficult, but also messes with metabolism and acne and skin and all the stuff that nobody wants to be dealing with as a teenager or 20-something.
Or even connect. Like
Yeah.
you wouldn't connect acne with...
Yeah, it's all hormones. So tons of patients who are dealing with those types of hormonal issues. And again, getting actually pretty good information on social media and stuff like that. But ultimately, you need to come to your OB and we can actually explain what's going on. And the nice thing is now it's not just one size fits all. In the past, OBGYNs would just say, here's some birth control, see if it helps. But now we have a lot of different medications and supplements and like different ways to tackle things. So I love kind of troubleshooting those types of issues with some of my younger patients.
Do you find because you have a larger practice, you can spend a little bit more time with your patients? Because sometimes the sole practitioners, even though they're great, they're hurried, you know, and it is a disadvantage.
I try to, and in a given day, my day is like a smorgasbord of where we're seeing pregnant women, I'm seeing menopausal women, teenagers. It's all over the place, and it's hour to hour, totally different. The nice thing is that if a follow-up visit or sometimes even a routine OB visit is usually pretty quick. And then I usually can see the people on my schedule that I can say, this is going to be a little bit longer. I might be in here for a good 20, 30 minutes sometimes. But it's nice to have the flexibility to give that time. And I think a lot of what I keep hearing women say, I just feel like people are finally listening to everything I've been saying and I'm not crazy. And I'm like, yeah, no, you're not crazy. It's your hormones.
Because you know your body.
Yeah.
And you just might not understand it, but the more you talk about it, your body's trying to tell you something, right? So you have to go to the experts to help you figure out what it's trying to tell you.
It's great to hear you're not just throwing, well, not you, but the profession is not just throwing birth control at everybody, too. Because I did feel that when I was younger.
Yes.
Any kind of issues, it was like, take birth control. But I don't want to. It makes me
Yeah.
nuts. And it really does.
Right.
That really was one of the only options for a lot of different gynecologic issues for a really long time. But no, there are so many more things now. And the nice thing, too, in this area is that there are a lot of practitioners who are female, who are millennials, a lot of really badass surgeons and moms and primary cares and pediatricians, and getting to know these other providers in the area and establish relationships with them and know who to send to. It's great because you get one patient and sometimes I can only take them so far. But then I'm like, go see so-and-so or go see so-and-so. And this is the next step. And let me know when you've seen them. And I can talk to that provider and give them a heads up. Like, hey, I'm sending you this person. Here's her story. And then they're like, yeah, I've got it from here. So it's really even just what I've seen in our town. It's so collaborative. It just seems like a really cool time to be here, local, regionally, I guess, geographically in Monmouth County, but working with a lot of women who are just really good at their jobs. So
that's great.
And men. There are also men who are great obstetrician gynecologists as well. But I do really love kind of the female connection.
I actually had a midwife deliver my first daughter.
Oh, I love it.
And I had no idea.
Okay.
My doctor was, I guess he was off that night. The midwife was on call. And I never even thought what would happen if something went wrong and she wasn't a doctor. It didn't even register. I was just like, get this child out of me. Whoever is here, just help me deliver this child.
Yeah.
And then when I found out afterwards, people were like, wow, you had a midwife? I looked into what a midwife could do and couldn't do. And I was like, wow, I was lucky. Can you tell us name trends? Do you see a lot of people?
Yes, this is one of my favorite topics. I actually pulled some of the names I was on call New Year's Eve. We did not have the first baby of the new year in Monmouth County at Jersey Shore, but that's okay. So even since New Year's Day, first of all, New Year's Day, there were 2 Dennises born, which I was like, Dennis, interesting. A couple days later, a Kevin. I was like, oh, the 90s coming back? I don't know. I haven't seen that trend for girls yet. But I would say at Jersey Shore in particular, the names do trend or skew Italian. There are a lot of Giannas and Giada. There's a Giada, Vincenzo, Lorenzo, Anthony Joseph. They're all.
Wow.
If I go in and I see a baby named Anthony and I'm like, oh, Anthony, what's his middle name? I know it's going to be Joseph. So yeah, I think Monmouth County does stay to some extent on trend. I mean, then we have like your Lukes, I have an Oliver. Oliver's one of the names up there. Some of the national trends, lots of Jacks, lots of Avas, Sophies. But then we get our Giacomos and what's that? Isabella.
Yeah.
All the good Italian
Any
names in
crazy
there.
ones?
Not recently.
A friend of mine used to work in downtown in a big city. She gets some crazy names.
Yeah.
Crazy names. But
yeah, funny. I haven't had any recently. I have never had a baby named after me, which I don't take offense to because the 80s and the 90s just haven't cycled back around yet.
No, they will though.
Yeah, I mean, right now people are naming Nora, Eloise. Those are all
very
big names and older
like,
school names. So I think the 80s and the 90s, like the Kristens, the Jennifers, the Nicoles, we're gonna see our time.
Yeah, it'll come back.
Maybe
It'll
in
come
another
back.
decade.
We have a Nancy in our family, a little Nancy.
Oh, a little
Nancy. Ruby, a little Myra. Those are all.
Yeah,
It's like
I like those.
Yeah, the older lady names.
Okay, love
We
it.
have a Chaz and a Vivian, and they call her Vivi. And then my niece just named her son James.
Oh, cute. And James is very, traditional, also very popular. I will say in the delivery room, and this is probably very exclusive to Monmouth County, lots of Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, music playing?
Yes.
Oh, how funny.
I mean, I personally love it so people will ask about their birth plan, this or that, and I'm like, whatever you want, as within reason.
I don't think I had music playing.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No, I just happened to have, with my youngest, the Bee Gees just so happened to be playing in the OR with my youngest.
That would be nice, yeah.
And my partner, Angela Jones, was like, are we keeping the Bee Gees on? I said, let's do it. So Oliver was born to the Bee Gees. But no, I love it when people bring a playlist because sometimes we're pushing for a while. And a playlist just kind of like keeps the minutes moving along.
I don't think my brain could handle
but there have
listening
been
to music and pushing at the same time.
Yeah, there have been a lot of babies born to run, probably.
I'm superstitious. I didn't want a birth plan because I was like, I just feel like this is you're
it's
asking to throw it out the window.
It's better to go in with like very loose expectations, but sometimes a good playlist kind of carries it through.
I'll never forget the guy when I was in triage when I had my first daughter. He was with his significant other, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go to the bar tonight. I'm gonna be here for a while."
For a while.
And I was looking at Joe like, "Can you believe this guy?" Joe loved it.
Well, my whole family left with Connor because it was like a long day. The Notre Dame game was over, and this was before COVID. So I had Ray was there, my parents, and my dad was like, "All right, well, we're gonna go get dinner," and the nurses were like, "Oh, your family's leaving?" And they're like, "But Ray, you're staying." He was like, "No, I'm going to go get dinner." They went to Brando's for like 3 hours.
In Asbury?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And came back like, a few hours later, and my dad...
How you doing?
And my dad was like, why aren't they doing a C-section? Like, this is taking a while. And then a few hours later, I did have a C-section. So I was like, Dad was right.
Is he a physician too?
He's an orthopedic.
Okay.
Yes. So he was like, why aren't we cutting this baby out?
Yeah.
But yeah, and actually, fun fact, my dad and I, he's an orthopedic, primarily Bucks County, but he's also in the Rothman office over in Bordentown. Mm-hmm. And we have had 2 mutual patients. Oddly enough,
funny.
Usually the world of OBGYN and ortho does not overlap. And when it does, it's usually due to some sort of traumatic event. But no, my dad and I have actually shared 2 patients.
That's
Nothing
wild
or crazy, but we're like, well, that's kind of cool.
That is funny.
Yeah.
You mentioned cesarean. I didn't have a cesarean for any of my births, did you?
I had 3.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
There was a period where they were talking about all the doctors were pushing cesarean.
Yeah.
Has that come down a little bit, or is it still?
So it's a great question, and it is a metric for hospitals. So I don't know. I guess in the 80s and 90s, the cesarean rates were going up. Who knows why? Things had changed in terms of how we monitor fetal heart rates during labor. The practice has changed so much over the hundreds of years we've been doing it. But there was the thought, where some of the older guard just trying to get a baby out by C-section and make it to dinner on time. I don't know. But in the early 2000s and then into the 2010s, there was a really big push to say, hey, our C-section rate in the U.S. is way too high. We need to get that back down to about 20%, which is really the safe rate for it to be. So the way I explain this to our patients is if you're going in to have your very first baby, whether you're going into labor or even particularly if we're inducing your labor, it's a 1 in 5 chance of having a C-section. Usually for if labor stalls out or if the baby's heart rate isn't tolerating labor, things like that. Look at it the other way. It's a 4 out of 5 chance that you're going to deliver vaginally or naturally.
Right.
So the odds are kind of in your favor. And hospitals around the country, including in Monmouth County and Hackensack Meridian, we try to meet these metrics to say, we really aim for by the end of the year to say that C-section rate has been right around the 20%.
Is it?
And it is. I think end of year at Jersey Shore, it was like 22, 23. And the past 5 years, it's pretty much right around there.
Wow.
Yeah, like that or lower every year. So that's one way that we try to keep moms and babies safe because we want both to leave the hospital happy and healthy together. But that's why these hospital initiatives and things are in place kind of to help us all work together to meet some of those metrics because it does ultimately result in better outcomes.
I've had 3 children and I never felt a labor pain.
Wild. I know. And
that's why she wants a 4th.
Yeah. I had 1 C-section and I had absolutely no desire to try anything else the second time.
Yeah.
But we're also super supportive. We have a lot of women who come in and say, I had to have a C-section for my first because the baby was breech or X, Y, or Z. Yep. But I really want to deliver and have what's called a VBAC or a vaginal after cesarean. And so we have a calculator for that. We have a little chit chat for that. We give you your risks. We explain kind of how it goes. And we have a lot of successful VBACs. And sometimes this successful VBAC feels like almost more like yay than that first delivery.
It's funny. I kind of wish I always delivered a baby the natural way, but I couldn't. I had 3 breech babies. So
yeah, they were all breech.
All of them. Isn't that weird?
Oh, yeah. But yeah, it's okay. I tell people it's
not
fine.
Missing out.
You're not missing out. It's completely fine.
It's just different. Yeah. So another thing I learned with my niece and nephew just having babies is this thing called skin on skin. Mm-hmm. Do you know what that is? So did you do that with yours? We didn't do that then. I mean, we just held the baby, but it wasn't where my husband had to take off his shirt and sit there and hold the baby for an hour right after she was born.
Yeah, so it
sounds lovely.
Purpose of
so sweet.
Skin to skin, it promotes bonding. It helps to promote breastfeeding and like all the good things that we want in the postpartum period. Sometimes it's just not feasibly possible. Both of my boys were preemies, so they both just like took the do not pass go and went straight to the NICU. And I was like, we'll do skin to skin tomorrow. or in Connor's case, like a week later.
Oh, gosh.
But it's okay too. And it's a big part of it. And yes, when you can get that experience, and we always try to make that happen, amazing, wonderful. And yes, dads can do it too. There was I think one of the nurses actually said to my husband, in the NICU said, oh, Ray, do you want to do skin to skin today? And he was like, oh yeah, I'm allowed to do that? And the nurse goes to him, she goes, yeah, did she shave your chest this morning? And he looks like, oh my God, I was supposed to do that? And we were all like, oh no, we're kidding.
So
we got
funny.
you.
That's really good.
Yeah, so that was a good one.
The one trend in the 4 years I had my 3 kids, the last one, the devil one, they didn't wash him for like a day.
Oh, wanted to keep all of its good goop on.
Yeah, why do they do that?
Why?
Well, if babies come out, so we call them nice cheesy babies when they come out with the vernix. The vernix is that creamy white stuff.
Yeah.
It is like
all over 'em.
the in utero moisturizer. So if you get a nice cheesy baby that comes out with all of that on, you can do it. Let the nurses massage that stuff in. It is just baby's natural moisturizer. And let that soak in.
It grossed me out.
Yeah, or
My daughter had a lot of it.
It's fine.
My first daughter was born, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks early. Well, no, I guess it wasn't 2 weeks because I don't know, but she had a lot when she was born.
Yeah, and sometimes they don't, and they're really messy, and you do need to clean them off. So that's fine too. And I also have patients who will say, please clean my baby off and put a little hat on and wrap them up in a little burrito. And then hand them to me.
Make them Instagram worthy.
Yeah, not everyone
like
wants we're good to roll with whatever.
I've become more new age in the last 4 years than that.
A little more.
But it kind of grossed me out at the time. I was like, ew, clean my baby.
Yeah. So no, it's just, and it's a cool job. It's stressful. It gets less scary the longer I do it. And I literally trust the women I work with, other doctors I work with my own life. So literally trust them with my life. I'm in a great group. So it's, if you need an OBGYN.
How many doctors are in the group?
We have 10 physicians. We have 7 of us in the hospital right now. If my office manager corrects that, I might have the numbers off. And we have a few mid-level providers, so nurse practitioners and midwife-level providers who help see our patients in the office, help us round in the hospital. We don't currently have any midwives who deliver, but we work very closely with the Center for Women's Health, which is the midwives group that's in Avon. Okay. Avon. I never know if I'm saying it right.
I don't know. I always called it Avon growing up. But
okay. Well, you grew up. So I'll go with Avon. And so that's Patty Brown and Louise Dowling, Leslie Meneguzzo, and Maggie Hopkins. And we work very closely with them. So they have a large population that wants explicitly to deliver with a midwife. But as we all know, any birth situation can always end up in a C-section. So we're always there as backup for them. So if they have a patient who ultimately needs a C-section, then we're there to do it. But it's kind of nice because then they're there in the OR with us and with their patient, and a lot of times they're doing a lot of the soothing and
just nice that there's options and
there's
every
options.
Woman is different, their body is different, their birth is different, and they can make it unique and special for that mother.
Yeah.
Where can we find you?
So, I guess Google.
In the hospital.
I know. You can find me in the hospital. You can find me
at Healthy Woman.
At Healthy Woman OBGYN. So, our website is now consolidated under Hackensack Meridian. But if you search for my name, it'll pull up all my partners' names. But we're primarily if you search for the OBGYN at the Eatontown Hackensack Meridian office, that is probably the best gateway to get a good listing of all of us. And then we see patients at all 4 of our locations. One of our offices is right over on Shrewsbury Avenue. And then and word of mouth too. I have had people DM me on Instagram and ask for an appointment, and I'm done and done. So
wow.
Literally however you would like to get in touch with me is fine. And we will get people in.
Great. You could always DM us at Brewed in Monmouth too, and we can get you in touch with Kristen.
For sure.
Oh,
For
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, totally.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, this was fun.
great.
It was fun.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep track of the names this year. And
that'll definitely be fun.
Yeah. So
it'll be actually interesting to see if Jersey Shore and Riverview have the same name.
It could be a little bit different. But
be,
I mean,
right?
I don't know. Some of the Jersey Shore cast and situation, and they all live closer to Riverview. So
that is true.
I never know. I'm gonna have to look up all of their kids' names now.
That's so funny.
And see.
I'm sure there's a Lorenzo or 2 in there.
There's gotta be, or a Luciano or something. Yeah.
That is a cute name, though.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you again so
Thanks,
much.
Thank
It's
you.
great to see you.
This was fun.